Jason Carter asked, how do I get people to care about the service my law firm offers? So this is cool about this question, Justin, right? Because it's not just for a law firm, but anybody who provides professional services. How the heck do you get someone to care about it?
Well, I'll tell you the big mistake that people make when they want people to really, truly get to care about their services or their products.
You want to just put on your website, we care, because I would love
that's
we
it.
still believe it.
The we care button never works. And the second mistake that they make is that they talk about like the bells and whistles, like the things that it'll do and all the processes and stuff like, and people do not care about that. When you are talking about a product or a service or message, whatever it is, whatever business you have, always remember that as consumers, the number one question we ask when it comes to us buying something is, what's in it for me? Mm-hmm. And when you look at it from that lens, you realize, oh, I don't have to talk about features or bells and whistles, all that stuff. No, I just have to talk about and clearly uncover the solution that I provide.
Yeah, and it's kind of like when, you know, I'm traveling with you. I've had the privilege of traveling around the world with Mr. Justin Guarini from season 1 American Idol. And that was 20 plus years ago. And people run up and they're so excited. They're like, Justin, I love you. I saw you. But what they say next is always about how their experience was. So where they were when they were watching the show, who we've gotten to hear fun stories about, like people starting to date through the show. They end up getting engaged. Like it's always about their experience. And that's about someone famous that they love from TV, and it's still about their own experience. Well, how do you think it's going to be about you and your service, right? It's going to always be about what it's going to do for them. And so if you don't make it obvious about what it's going to do for them, they're not going to figure it out on their own. And so this is most likely going to require you to narrow in. And that feels so scary, but unless you do, no one is going to want to work with you because they're not going to know what you do and who you do it for. Now, as soon as I say this, your brain is going to seek comfort in the known. So it's going to come up with all the reasons why you shouldn't do this. It's going to think about the clients you wouldn't have gotten if you had narrowed in, but ignore that voice because we're going to get curious to do things a little differently. So when you narrow in, you have to narrow in on one of 3 ways. It's either going to be in the technique that you use to have success. Maybe it's that you always use challenges to bring more clients in for someone, or maybe you have people who go through a 3-day retreat and they go from divorce to thriving marriage. It could be the technique. Number 2, it could be based on the industry that you go after. Is there a specific niche that you focus on? Maybe it's women who just had young children, or maybe it's other attorneys, or it has to be specifically in the audience. I don't know what my third one was. I totally lost it. So it's the technique. It's the technique that you use, the niche that you serve, or the phase of life that they're in. So it could be the audience, right? I got it. Okay. It's your technique. It's the niche that you serve or the phase of life that they're in. And it has to be one of those categories, or it wasn't narrowed in. Apparently, one of the categories that should serve me is ginkgo biloba or some memory care. I don't know. That's where I need. Oh, you're muted.
Look, that's part of the beauty. Again, just what happened. Like, we love getting your questions and then we just go on and we talk about them. Right. So what you're getting is real life happening, memory, maybe a microphone thing. I'm here rolling up my sleeves because I'm like, well, it's just the way I want to wear my shirt. So, that being said, those are 3 really great strategies and 3 really great things that you can use and places that you can go to, ways that you can get your message in front of people and make them care about it. One thing that
I'd love for you to talk about something for a second, because I found like back when we first started working together, you would almost explain what we do so more because you were almost trying to convince the other person, yourself, that you were talking about. Talk about that for a minute when you switch from that to focusing on who it's for, even as recently as when we worked the event for the symphonies. That was a huge shift.
Yeah, for sure. When you really truly understand who it is that you're like going after, I mean, that really is so important. I mean, we know we've heard the word avatar before and blah, 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 but the more specific you can be about that, the more you can tailor your message to that person. And here's the thought behind that thought. We are all emotional buyers. Mm-hmm. Right? there are good salespeople who will talk about bells and whistles and features. There are other like better salespeople.
Maybe they sell bells and whistles.
They might sell bells and whistles.
But they still talk about what the bells and whistles do.
Exactly. But the greatest salespeople talk about how you feel when you receive their product, their service, their message. I mean, that's it. We are emotional buyers, and we connect way more quickly with a brand or a product or a service or you name it when it touches us in an emotional place. That sounds a little dirty, but it's true. It sounds a little dirty. But that's the thing. Like, and you see it all the time around you, and you don't know that it's being done to you. Like, for example, Kim, you love to use the example of the college kid coming home, right?
Folgers in your cup. My favorite Christmas commercial that comes back every single year.
Yeah.
And it like literally was like, maybe I'm going to buy Folgers this week.
Yeah. And for those of you who haven't seen it, like it's this college guy coming home. He's young and like he sneaks into the house and you know, it's his house, right? And then he like goes over to the cabinet. He takes out the Folgers. He's like, oh, it smells amazing. And he makes this great
if he was great
coffee. Right. He makes this great pot of coffee. And all of a sudden, like, you know, this woman who's older than him, right? Mom comes down. She's like, what's going on? Oh, you're here. And so it's this college kid coming back from college, surprising his mom. Mom is super happy. He's making this pot of Folgers. The Folgers really has nothing to do with anything that's going on other than a morning ritual. But what are we doing? They're linking that, oh my goodness, family, I missed you so much. Oh, love, with a bunch of coffee grounds. Right. Same thing happens when like there's a commercial where like some old folks are holding hands. Somebody's got a baby and they're rocking it. People driving down the road on this beautiful California coast highway. All these scenes of like life, love, the universe, everything happening. And then
insurance companies, if you're currently looking for someone new, Justin Guarini is available for filming in the California.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gave away the punchline, but ultimately then they flash up insurance company, right?
Oh,
and you're like,
away.
You totally did, but that's all right. But the whole point is that like, yeah, oh my goodness, they just played on all of our emotions. And then we were at the peak of our emotional state. They flashed their product in front of us and they are wed in that moment. And so when you can learn to do the same exact thing that's being done to all of us and do it ethically, by the way, that is when people will truly care about your product, especially if you can get them, if you can find them where they are in that place where they're not working with you, they're frustrated, and really show them that you understand their feelings, their sadness, their anger, their frustration, whatever it is, and then take them on the emotional journey to the good feelings of what it's like to work with you.
Yeah. So how do you even get started on this? You just think about if they had a magic wand, what would change? What would things look like in the after? You can see the before. What would the after look like? And we say it's like give them the island, not the boat ride.
Yes.
Don't give them the journey to the thing. Nobody wants that. One of my favorite places in the world is the island of Capri off of Rome, Italy. And I love it there. And it's gorgeous. And I think about the beautiful coastal views and the lemon, what are they called? Lemon fields. And it's amazing. I don't think about like the janky ferry ride that you need to take over to beautiful Capri. The boat ride is not the vision, the island is. And so when you think about your marketing, you want to give them the island view of what life will look like after they work with you, how their business will change, their relationship will change, their life will change, not how you do it, what they get after they work with you.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, thank you so much for that question. Hey, if you want your question answered, all you have to do is just send us a message right here on this platform with your question, and we'll put you in the queue. All right. We'll see you next time.
If there is a next time.